during our entire training. I hope you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay, that's right. So yeah, coming to SAP, what is SAP? SAP is an enterprise software. Okay, so just like I hope you know about Windows, right? Windows is an operating system, operating software. Okay,
Yes,
which
yes.
will help us to interact with the hardware resources. So that is what about that is usually an operating system software definition. Okay, which will help us to interact with the hardware resources of the server. Okay, generally we call it as server or a computer. Okay, so
Okay.
that's the definition for operating system. Whereas an enterprise software, it is the medium on like it is the whole business. Actually, you might be looking at different businesses, right? When you take Amazon or Flipkart or any other businesses, okay? So it
Okay.
usually like ERP, it usually runs on an ERP software. Okay, there are different ERP softwares from different what we say vendors usually. Okay, so one of the biggest ERP software currently in the market is SAP. Okay, so SAP is an ERP software. SAP by definition means let me take a notepad. So SAP by definition means systems, applications, and products, okay, which are used for data processing. Okay, see, any business, it will be having a huge data. Okay, it will be having a different types of data. So in order to process all those data, SAP is an ERP software which consists of systems and applications and different products. Okay, we'll go on further what I mean by system, what is an application, what is a product in terms of SAP. So this is what the basic definition of SAP. Okay, S stands for systems, A stands for applications, and P stands for products. Okay, which are used for data processing in an ERP sector. Okay, ERP is nothing but enterprise resource planning. Okay, ERP is so so any business, it requires an ERP software, and SAP is one such ERP software. Okay, inside SAP. Okay, like in when you go like to the SAP software, when you take an SAP software, it has two different modules. Okay, generally, in terms of the work we will be doing, the IT services which we will be providing for SAP software, it is divided into two types. Okay, one is the technical type of module. Okay, in technical module, you will be coming across basis, and which is nothing but the training which we are taking as of now, and the other module is ABAP. Okay, and there are like apart from technical, there is something called functional as well. Okay, in functional, what we will be coming across is the customer requirements. Okay, SAP software, when it comes with the default settings. Okay, when it goes to different types of customers, as I said previously, Amazon and Flipkart are the retail customers. When you are using for other types of customers, okay, customers which are in different oil and refine industries, or which are in iron steel industries, so those customers require customization to their ERP SAP software. Okay, so that's where these functional consultants will come into picture in helping and in customizing the SAP software as per the requirements of the customer they are dealing with. Okay, as per the requirement of the business they are dealing with. Okay, are you following me? Is that
Yes,
fine?
yes, yes.
Okay. So when it comes to functional, we have different types of modules like SD, which means sales and distribution, FICO, which is finance and controlling. And there are different, many other functional modules. PP means project planning, and means material management. Like this, there are many functional modules. Okay, functional things in SAP. Okay, which deals with different kind of things. Okay, but whereas when it comes to technical, there are only two modules. One is Basis and one is ABAP. Okay, what's the main difference between these two is Basis and ABAP technical modules, they deal with the direct SAP software. Okay, they doesn't deal with any kind of customizations or anything. Okay, when it comes to Basis, the Basis consultant main his work is the higher level of Basis consultant. What he can become is an architect. Okay, he can design the entire business landscape. Basis consultant, initially the person who starts their career as a Basis admin or a Basis consultant can higher level, he can become to the architect. Okay, where he can design the whole business landscape. When I say whole business landscape, I'll come to that. I'll describe that in a more understandable way in the later part. Okay, so just remember, so the architect, he's the one who designs the whole business landscape. Okay, and when it comes to ABAP, okay, okay, we will eliminate ABAP. Let's only think about Basis. Okay, so Basis person, he can become an architect and he can design business landscapes for the customers. Okay, yeah. First one, the any training which contains the basics which are related to SAP, and then the SAP landscape. Okay, we'll be covering these two topics under first module, that is introduction to SAP ERP. Okay, so in basics, as I said now, we'll be having how the business actually runs. We'll start from there and where SAP comes into the picture and why SAP is efficient than all other the ERP softwares. Okay, we'll deal those topics in SAP basics. And when it comes to SAP landscape, what is the basic SAP landscape? Okay, so when I say SAP landscape, we'll be having different types of systems in SAP. Okay, so how the basic SAP landscape be remembered, and usually how it is designed. Okay, in the live environments or in the runtime environments. Okay, where businesses are running. Okay, so that we'll be dealing over here. Okay, and the second module, it is related to SAP Basis overview. Initially we were discussing about SAP basics, and now here we will be discussing about SAP Basis itself, Basis overview. So that means basics related to SAP Basis over here. Okay, and then after we'll be discussing about a GUI, graphical user interface download, how we'll be downloading and installing, which is very much required. Usually this GUI, it is required for your interaction with the SAP software. Okay, so that GUI, how we'll be downloading, from where we'll be downloading, and how to install those things we'll be seeing over here. And once we download an GUI system, I mean GUI software, we have to, after the installation, we have to add our business systems into that GUI. Okay, that we'll be discussing over here. Okay, and SAP Basis client administration, and here we'll be discussing how to create a client. Client means client, the term in general means a customer or someone. Okay, similarly when it comes to SAP software end, think from SAP software end and see what is a client to SAP software. That's what we'll be discussing over here. Okay, and how to create that particular client in SAP systems, and how to perform client copies. Okay, there are many types of like almost 4 to 5 types of client copies. We'll be seeing each of them in detail during this module. Okay, and how to import and export clients, and how to delete the clients. Okay, once our requirement is done, how to delete, how to perform the deletion of the client, that also we'll be discussing over in this module. Okay. After that, we'll be discussing about the user administration. Okay. So here what we'll be seeing is any SAP system, the initial thing when you are logging into the system, you require your user to be created in the system, and that user how we'll be creating in the SAP system. Those things we'll be discussing over here, and how to once one if that particular user password is expired, or if it is forgotten, how to reset the particular user password, that those things we'll be discussing over here. And what is the defined SAP standard password policy, which all the customers has to maintain, I mean has to follow for the SAP software, to use SAP software, that those things we'll be discussing over here. Okay. And once, see, now you are working for one customer, and after that you might switch to different customer. Okay. So the existing user of yours in the customer which you have worked, it has to either be locked, or it has to either be deleted from the SAP system. Those things also will be dealing over here. Okay. And here we'll be dealing about the number of login attempts you can perform without locking any user. Okay. If you perform many number of failed logins, that means your user ID, if it doesn't match with the password which you have set, how many attempts it can take, those things we'll be discussing over here. Okay. And what is a job, and I mean, what is a background job, and how the background jobs are created in the SAP system, and how we need to monitor, those things will be discussed. And transport management system is a very important topic for the basis consultant. So what is transport management system, and what are the transport requests, and those things we will be discussing over in this topic. Okay. And patch and kernel management means, see, any SAP software or any software, it requires an update or upgrade. Okay. So generally the update or upgrade, it comes from the SAP end, SAP company end, in the form of either patches or the kernels. Okay. Kernel releases or patch releases. Okay. So those how we will be applying to the SAP softwares, and how we'll be updating and upgrading our SAP systems from one version to another version. Those things we'll be discussing in this particular module. Okay. And this module is also very important in okay. And finally, the monitoring of SAP system. Okay. What all the transactions, what do I mean by a transaction? Those things also I'll let you know. I mean, generally what a basis consultant mean a transaction is, that also we'll be discussing, and how to monitor any SAP system. Okay. See, generally these are all the roles and responsibilities of the SAP basis consultant or an SAP basis admin. Okay. So starting with the client creation and client copies, and user administration and user creations, and background job creation, background job monitor and deletion, and everything. These are all the roles and responsibilities of the SAP basis consultant. All these things, once you are deployed into your project, you need to work on. Okay. Initially, you will be starting with monitoring the SAP system, and then you will be starting working with all these other topics as well. Okay. In order to work on these topics, you need to have the theoretical knowledge. That's what we'll be dealing over here. Okay. And what is an RFC? Okay. RFC is generally a remote function call. How it will be working in an SAP system, those things we'll be discussing in this module 9. Okay. What all the different types of RFCs which are available in SAP systems from basis perspective, those things we'll be discussing. And finally, if you have any kind of doubts in all the topics which we have discussed, or if you require any kind of new topics from your end, we'll be seeing in this particular module. Okay. Module conclusion. Okay. If you have any kind of doubts, doubts. If you have any doubts, you can stop me and you can ask me. Okay. Let this be an interactive session,
Okay.
so that we can get to know a lot of things. Okay. I mean, I can know how much you are understanding, and so that I can improve the way I will be teaching. Okay.
Okay.
Based on your understanding. If you are say if I am continuously teaching and you are not understanding at all, that doesn't have any purpose. Okay. So I want you to let me know that if I am going very fast or if I am going very slow, is it understandable to you? Or if you have any doubts, you can stop me at any point and you can ask me. Okay. There's no problem there.
Okay.
Hope we are clear with these things, right?
Yeah.
From your team has given you some new work related to SAP Basis, okay, which you are not aware. If you want that particular thing to be discussed in one of the session, we can discuss that as well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So okay. So today we'll see a small bit about SAP softwares. I mean how business generally runs, and then after yeah. So as I said previously, SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. Okay. So this is what an SAP stands for. Okay. SAP is an ERP software that also I have mentioned previously. It's an enterprise resource planning software, and it is also the company of it's also a name of the company, SAP. Okay. And SAP is an European company which was founded by 5 of the members initially in 1972. Okay. So they started with one of the, this was not huge initially when they started. It was not very big thing at the point of time. These 5 members, they came out of IBM and they started their own company named SAP. And then they started to provide software solutions to the medium scale customers at that point of time in the 1972. Okay. Later on, they have developed this particular software into a big thing, and it has become an SAP ERP now. Okay. So generally, any business, how it runs is any type of business. Okay. You can relate this particular image to any type of. I hope you're concentrating on this image, right? So any
Yeah.
type of business, how it runs basically is these are the different types of departments in any business. Okay. So there will be a sales department. You can relate this particular thing to any kind of business. So there will be a sales department, there will be an inventory department, there will be a production planning department, finance department, HR department, and shop floor execution. Okay. Sales department, what they will be doing is they will be taking the orders from the customers. Okay. And they'll be coordinating internally whether the order placed by the customer is available with them or not. Let's take Amazon. Okay. Amazon or Flipkart, it will be easier because we will be dealing all those things in our day-to-day life. So it will be easier for us to adapt that particular business to this particular diagram. Okay. So let's say you are the customer, you will be placing your order and it will be reaching the sales department, okay, of the Amazon or Flipkart. Let's say Amazon. So Amazon sales department. So Amazon sales department, what they will be doing is they will be checking if it is available in their inventory or not. Okay. The order which you have placed, is it available in their inventory or not? Okay. So if it is available, they will be directly giving it to you. I mean, they will be directly delivering it to you. If it is not available, then what they will be doing is they will be, if it is a third party related, let's say if it is the product of any other I mean, any other business. Okay. So sometimes you will be, let's take, you have ordered a clothing, okay, which is from H&M. Okay. from H&M brand. Okay. So first, whatever you have ordered, they will be checking in the inventory. If it is not available, the sales department, what they will be doing is they will be reaching the H&M, a business, and they'll be asking for the product which you have placed. Okay. So the sales department, they'll be placing order instead of yourself to the H&M sales department. Okay. So H&M is also a different, it's a different business, and they'll be having a different sales department. Okay. So the H&M sales department, they will be checking, because they will be it's a clothing business. So they will be manufacturing, and everything will be done by the H&M brand itself. Okay, business itself. So the sales department, what they will be doing is, whatever you have ordered, they will be checking in their inventory. If it is available, they will be directly giving to the, they will be directly providing to the Amazon. If it is not available, what they will be doing is, the next thing, the inventory team, they will be reaching the production planning team, because it has to be manufactured. The one which you have placed with, the one which Amazon has reached out, it is not available in their inventory, and they have to manufacture that particular thing. Okay. So the it will be reaching the inventory department, it will be reaching the production planning team. Okay. So production planning team, what they will be doing is, they will be basically manufacture the, they'll plan for the production, or they will plan for the manufacture of that particular product, any product. Okay. So production planning team, they require finance for the production. Okay. Because they have to purchase the raw materials which are required to make that particular product, and and the production planning team need assistance of HR department as well, because HR department is the one who deals with the manpower, right? So who will be hiring into the, who will be hiring people, manpower to the company. So if the production planning team, if it requires manpower for the particular product to be made, so they will be reaching the HR department as well. Once they get the finance and HR department, the production planning team, what they will be doing is, they will be supplying the finance which got from the finance team, and the manpower from the HR team. They will be keeping that into execution in the shop floor execution. This shop floor execution, this is where the manufacture will be done generally. Okay. This is generally how the communication happens. Okay. If you see over here, the sales, there are different things over here. The sales department has to contact the inventory team, sales department has to reach out to finance team for different things. So this is very hectic in general time. Like, this is the waste of time. Okay. So because of that, a lot of time will be wasted, and the customer has to wait for very long time, because there is a lot of communication involved over here. So there is no organized thing over here. So sometimes there will be a miscommunication, misdata interpretation, all those things can happen over here. Okay. So this is generally what we call it as, this particular type of system which runs in this way, we call it as a decentralized business system. Okay. So if the business is running previously, like as I said before, in the previous days, we used to maintain books to record all those things, right? So when it comes to books, this is what happens. The sales department has to reach out to inventory department, and inventory department will be checking in their books what are the records available. Based on the records available, they will be communicating to the sales department, and say again, sales department, they will be reaching out to production planning, like that. So that's how it was previously, before the ERP software introduction. And once ERP software is introduced, how it happened is, it happened in this way. Okay. So now what happens is, generally every department, there will be a centralized ERP system. Okay. In our case, it is SAP over here. Okay. So there are, as I said previously, SAP is a ERP software that will be centralized over here. So all the departments, they'll be giving their inputs or their data into this particular centralized system. Okay, so now what happens is, generally if a customer places any order, sales department, they'll, instead of reaching inventory, they'll be checking in the ERP of SAP ERP software whether that product is available or not. Okay, if the product is available, then they will fetch that particular data and where it is available, and they'll be placing that particular order over there, and it will be reaching the customer as soon as possible. If the product is not available, sales department will update on that particular product saying that this has been ordered, and I mean, they will be providing the details of the order and everything on that particular in this particular system. Okay, based on the update provided by the sales department, production planning team will check this particular update provided by sales department directly from here, and they will be like performing the actions which they need to be done from their department. And like as I said previously, reaching the finance, they will be generally the production planning team, they will be checking what all the requirements needed for the manufacture of that particular product. Okay, so if finance is required or not, or if the raw materials are available or not, all those things will be checking by the production planning team, and they will be updating directly. So what happens over here in centralized ERP system is a lot of time is saved. Okay, which results to generally customer satisfaction. Okay, instead of happening this whole process, it might take a lot of time, like it will be taking a week of time, but here the whole process, it will be done in one single day, because so each single day the customer can have an update saying where his order is generally. Okay, that results to a lot of customer satisfaction, and it results into a increased revenue to this particular business who follows this particular kind of centralized system. Okay, structure. You understood, right? Basically how business happens, what all the different departments involves.
Yeah. Can you just tell me about more about ERP?
Yeah, ERP is enterprise resource planning. Okay, enterprise resource planning, it stands for enterprise resource planning. What enterprise resource planning means, it's the it defines how your business should run. Okay, you have a business so which needs to be run. So that means you will be having different types of departments. A business consists of different types of departments, as said over here. Okay, so generally ERP plans how this business should be run. So what your doubt is, because I just want to understand that particular thing, and based on that I can explain a bit further.
Actually, I don't know anything about ERP. Then
Okay.
first can you explain about ERP? Then we will come to SAP, like that.
Okay, fine. So as I said, the first thing, it always starts with the how it happens is, a customer. Okay,
Yeah.
a customer has a business to run. Okay,
Okay.
now that means he has his business to run, and till now he is following all the manual things. Okay, now he wants it to be digitized. Okay, so what happens is, he opts for a software called ERP. Okay, ERP is an enterprise resource planning software. Okay, this software, it plans the business of this customer, how it should be run. Okay, in an efficient way. Okay,
Okay.
you understood generally what? Yeah. So this can be, I mean, these softwares, these ERP softwares, there are many others along with SAP. We have one from Microsoft, we have one from Oracle, we have one from PeopleSoft. Okay, there are many other ERP softwares. Okay,
Okay.
SAP is one such ERP software which is leading in the market currently. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. You got the thing, right? ERP is nothing but a business software. Initially, I told you about an operating software, right? Windows is one of the operating software. Just like that, ERP is a business software. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So how it is. So you are clear about ERP now, right? ERP
Yes.
is a business software. There are different ERP softwares which are currently existing in the market. SAP is one such ERP software. Okay. Just like there are many other operating systems which are there. Along with Windows, we have different operating systems like Linux, Unix, different. Okay.
Yeah.
So just like that, we have different ERP softwares also existing in the market. One such ERP software is SAP. Okay. Here, when you are seeing this particular diagram, this centralized ERP system, it is here we are talking about the business model. Here, we are not specifically talking about the SAP. Okay, the centralized system ERP. This not necessarily be SAP. It can be any other ERP software. Okay. Here, when I say centralized system ERP, this is generally a business software that I was referring to. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Not necessarily be SAP. SAP is one such ERP software, not necessarily be SAP. Any ERP software which can integrate all these departments is an efficient ERP software. That's what an SAP is. Okay. As I said, there are other ERP softwares also, right, in the AI market, but they are not as successful as SAP in integrating as many departments as there are in the business. Okay. SAP, what it does is it continuously integrate all the departments. When I say integrate, it connects. Okay. Centrally, it connects all the departments so that any kind of work, it will be easier with the SAP ERP software rather than compared to other ERP softwares. Other ERP softwares, they are having limitations in integrating the different departments. Okay. When you take PeopleSoft, it has only one thing called HRMS. Okay. It can integrate only HR department. Okay. Microsoft Dynamics is a product from ERP software from Microsoft, and Oracle apps is the ERP software from Oracle. Okay. You are clear? Like, are you clear, or do you require any other information about it?
Yeah.
So ERP, just think that ERP is a business software. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So and do you understand this particular thing, how business runs?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I said, we have two different types. One is the centralized, and the other is the decentralized. Okay. Initially, like we have evolved from decentralized system to the centralized system. Okay. Data is like data is stored centrally and can be fetched by any department. Okay. And yeah, you got an idea about how business runs, because this is the basic. So based on this only, you will understand the further topics. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Till now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the base thing is a customer having business, and he'll be opting for a ERP software. So if he opts for SAP Business ERP software, okay. So what SAP Business ERP software offers is, so SAP ERP or SAP Business. So Okay. So this contains the softwares which are required for the business to be run. So when I am referring SAP Business Suite, I mean this is the name given to the SAP ERP software by SAP company. Okay, they call it as SAP Business Suite. Okay, uh, so this consists of different softwares. The main thing is ECC. Okay, ECC is the enterprise core component. Okay, so we were discussing. So when it comes to ERP softwares, inside SAP ERP software also, there are different modules. I said, right? Previously, I told you about different modules, right? SD, PICO, PP, MM. Okay. Like that, we have BW. So one such module is ECC. Okay. Enterprise Core Component. Okay. This is the why I am stressing about this ECC is this ECC core component will be acting as your centralized system. Okay. So what happens is generally all these departments, they'll be giving their inputs into one central system that is called ECC system when it comes to SAP. Okay, that's what we call it as enterprise core component. It's the main system which runs the business. Okay, so generally what business includes is what customer business includes is it includes how many employees data. Okay, and then it includes his company growth information. Okay, and it includes his revenue information. When I say company growth information and revenue information is how much revenue he received. Like we take for one particular year. Okay, and how much growth means how many sales he has. I mean, let's say we take the clothing business. Okay, how many sales happened compared to previous year? All these kind of information I am referring to company growth information, and revenue is the how much revenue he earned compared to previous year. Okay, those things come under revenue information. Along with this, he should be having the analysis also. Okay, analysis information. Okay, see what happens is generally he has to analyze his company growth with the revenue. Okay, if either it is increasing or it is decreasing based on the market standards outside the business. Market standards means see a customer's business is his own closed network. When it comes to market, he will be having his competitors. Okay, so based on his competitors business also, he has to analyze his company where it is. Okay, that is basically what we call it as business. Okay, so all this kind of data, all this kind of processing will be done by this ERP softwares. Okay, these ERP softwares generally contain or generally process all these types of information. Okay, so all this information will be given to ECC generally. Okay, so here in ECC, so all these departments, they will be giving the information to the ECC system, and ECC system will process the data based on the each department requirement. Okay, so keep this in mind. All these are just basics. We are not even started the basis related topics. Okay, so So these are the basics. I'm giving the foundation for you in order to understand or in order to make the training more meaningful. Okay. So generally, when we go inside the basics, we'll be having more technical topics. We'll not be having all these kind of discussions. Okay. This is all the an extra information which I am giving you so that you can relate or you can understand when you are working or when we are discussing the topics. Okay.
Okay.
So generally, what happens is this SAP ECC. As I said, we'll be having how it will be is generally. Let me give you a high level overview of what basis is. I mean, what SAP softwares generally contain. Okay, there will be a hardware which we generally refer to as a server. Okay, on server, an operating system will be installed. Okay, this operating system, most of the customers, they will use Linux, and very few of the customers who can afford the license of Windows, they will be using the Windows operating system. It entirely depends upon the customer. Okay. Customer by mean customer who is running their business. Okay, who wants like how who like the decision will be in the customer, and the designing part will be with architect. Okay. Based on the customer given requirements, this architect will design the business as per the customer given requirement. Okay. So in general, how it will be is we'll be having a server on top of which an operating system is installed, on top of which an SAP application is installed. Okay. This SAP application, it can be an ECC application, it can be or any other application which serves a different purpose. Okay. So generally, what all the different types of applications we'll be having is SAP ECC, we'll be having SAP BW, we'll be having SAP.
What is BW?
BW is the business warehouse. Okay, this is actually an analytical kind of system application. Okay, analytical kind of application. As here I have told you, right, all the analysis kind of analysis also should be done based on the data only. This BW system stores all kinds of data of the business. Okay, and what it does is it provides the analysis to the customer. Okay, this is your business, how it is running in the market. Those kind of information will be provided to the customer with the help of SAP BW application. Okay. Clear, or do you want more information about BW?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be having BW, we'll be having solution manager system, and we'll be having APO system, we'll be having SAP CRM systems, and we'll be having many other SAP applications. Okay, generally applications. Okay, we'll be having different like this. We'll be having different applications, each of which is serving their own purpose. Okay, SAP ECC application, it integrates all the other departments, all the departments, and SAP BW, it stores all the information of the customer, and it will give the analysis to the customer. Okay, I hope you have heard about the quarterly results of each business. Okay, when you are into a corporate sector, generally what happens is each quarterly they'll be declaring their results. Okay, how their business has been performed, and finally they'll be declaring the annual results as well, half yearly results as well. So all these kind of results how they will be declaring is based on the analysis given by the ERP softwares from their end. Okay, they will be declaring how much business they have made during that quarter, how much revenue they have got, and how much they have spent. All these kind of details will be given during the quarterly results of their business. Okay? And SAP Solution Manager, this is a monitoring system which will monitor all your SAP landscape. Okay, a customer business can contains multiple SAP applications. Okay, based on his type of business, SAP business suite will give different type of applications to the customer based on his need. Okay, generally, and we'll be having SAP HRMS as well.
SAP APO means?
SAP APO is a supply chain management system. Okay, so supply chain management generally deals with the sales. Okay, so what this APO generally predicts is generally does is, see, your we were discussing about the clothing thing, right? Let's say in June they have sold 30,000 clothings. Okay, in across the worldwide. Okay, and it will be divided across the sectors as well. All this information will be available in the APO, and this APO will be integrated to BW system, and all this information from APO which is related to supply chain management will be forwarded to BW as well. Okay, as I said, business warehouse. So how it will be is, many of the systems will be integrated to SAP ECC and SAP BW, because these are the main systems which will be one of the system is help you keep track of your business, and one of the system is help you to run your business. So these are the two main important systems where it will be having integration to many other applications. Okay, and APO application, it is an SCM application, supply chain management. Okay, and the latest of APO is IBP, integrated business planning. Okay, so IBP, what it does is it will predict. Okay, it will predict during the year. When you take an year, when you take an whole year into an account, it will predict your business where where your business is high, in which months. I mean, the demand for your business is high in which months, and the demand is low on which months. It will predict. Based on that, you can take care of your manufacturing as well. Okay, see, let's say you have a high demand in one of the month, in the July month. Okay, but your input, I mean your manufacturing does not I mean is not meeting the requirement of the demand. What happens is you will be facing a loss over there, because your demand is high. You are not providing the manufacturing that meets to your demand. So there you will be having a loss of business. Okay, so you understood, right, that particular thing?
Yeah.
Similarly, you sometimes how it happens is your manufacturing will be high. I mean your manufacturing product manufacturer will be high, and your demand will be less. What happens at that point of time is you will be having a loss of revenue. Okay, in the first case you will be having a loss of business, and in the second case you will be having a loss of revenue. Okay, in order to deal with this kind of things, there will be a system like designed by SAP, that is APO. Okay, it keeps tracks of your business, and it will let you know during which months how many products you have been sold, and where your demand is high, and all those kind of things will be taken care by this APO system. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
So for each kind of requirement, SAP will be having one application which will be dealing with it. Okay, SAP HRMS, it deals with the employees data over here. Okay, And SAP CRM, it deals with the customer relationship management. That means who all are the customers we have and what all the products we have sold to them, their invoices and everything will be maintained over here, customer relationship management. And if the customer requires any specific kind of things, or see, the relationship with the customer is also an equally important factor for the business to be successful. Okay, so your customer, he'll be having a different needs. If it is a high customer means high revenue customer, like the customer is giving you high revenue to your business, so you have to treat him with the special privileges. Those kind of all, like his needs and his requirements will be given to you with the help of this CRM system. Otherwise, in simple words, what you can say is, see, when you purchase any product online, you'll be giving either a review to that particular about that product, right? So those kind of reviews and everything will help the business basically. Okay, what type of product they are making, making all those things. So SAP CRM will help you with maintaining customer relationship with the business. Are you clear?
Yeah.
So in general, you do not, when you are working in Basis, you do not require to know the functionalities of all these systems. Okay, so there is no need for you to know what this application will be doing, what this application will be doing, because what you will be dealing with is, you will be dealing with the underlying installations and everything when it comes to Basis perspective. Okay, so all these functions, you will be dealing with the core part of these applications. See, all these applications, they were built on one single technology called NetWeaver. Okay, so any application, any SAP application, you take it, they were built on one single technology called SAP NetWeaver. Okay, so this is where you will be focusing when you come into Basis. Okay, so this will be common for all the applications, so that you can deal with all the applications as this is common. So you will be generally learning about the topics related to SAP NetWeaver. Okay, remember, this SAP NetWeaver is not application, it is the technology used to build all the SAP applications. Okay,
the platform. Okay.
Yeah, the platform, generally the platform. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were discussing over here, right, a basic. So we'll be having server, on top of which we'll be having an operating system, on top of which we'll be having an SAP application. This SAP application will be connected to the database. Okay, so what your SAP application does is, your SAP application will process the data. Okay, so but it will not store any kind of data. Okay, it will be all the data will be stored in the database, and based on the requirement, the data will be pulled from the database to the SAP application, and it will be processed. Okay, here we have discussed about analysis, right? So let's say you might have dealt with the pie charts and bar charts kind of thing, right? In order to create those things, you generally require an data first. Okay, so the particular data will be stored over here, and that data as a raw data will be pulled into the SAP application, and it will process that particular data based on the option which you have selected. If you have selected for the data to be viewed in the pie chart, so it will be displaying. That means the processing will be done over here, and based on your selection, it will be shown to you. Okay, if you want the data to be visible in the bar chart, like I was just trying to explain the processing part. Okay, not necessarily the pie chart and bar chart. I was trying to explain how it will be. Okay.
Yeah.
So you understood, right? The processing part will be taken over here. This processing differs from each application. When you take an, that's what this makes different for each application. Okay, so the processing part will be different.